This episode of the Bryantland Show is brought to you by OnX Hunt.
From Stone Mountain, Georgia, this is the Bryant Land Show. Hosted by proud Gamecock and South Carolinian AB3.
All right. Thank you. Love my studio audience. Welcome to another episode of the Bryant Land Show. What a great time to be in the outdoors in November, the magical month of November. If you are a deer hunter, if you are a duck and goose hunter, this is also a great month for you as well. Always excited to get to November, man. The year is winding down. 2020, man. We're getting to the point now, almost in the home stretch with everything that we've got going on this year. You know, looking forward to getting to December 31st, hitting the reset button and starting over next year in 2021. But before we get to that, and before we close the door, there's still, like I say, some time left in 2020. There's still time left in the 2020 deer season. And every year around about this time, I like to kind of just do like what I like to call a deer check-in, just to see how people's seasons are going, see what's going on deer season. Mine, I would say, it's going pretty good. I mean, I got a deer on the ground. I've been out to hunt last couple of weeks. I haven't really been able to get out like I wanted to, just because of so much stuff going on with work and so many things that I'm working on with this podcast and the brand. So my woods time has not been at the level that I want it to be at, but nevertheless, my season so far is going pretty good. I know people around me, hunting buddies, people that I've checked in with, they're having really good seasons, getting bucks on the ground, getting multiple does on the ground, doing it early, and not just the bow hunters, the gun hunters as well. Muzzleloader folks, rifle folks, they're having, a good year. Crossbow folks, you guys still out there getting it done, despite the fact that the crossbow people, they catch a lot of flack. There's a lot of back and forth, whether the crossbow should be in with us archery folks, whether it shouldn't. It's a cross gun, some people call it. But the crossbow folks are having success as well. I would also say that for those who have not found the success that they're looking for in the deer season, you got to continue to keep at it. You got to continue to go for it. Last year, if you listen to this show, it is well documented. I did not kill my first deer until the first week of December 6th to be exact. That's a long time to be constantly going out, constantly going after your deer, or going deer hunting and coming home empty time after time. I mean, that is, that's a long time. But the only way to be successful is to continue to go at it, continue to have a great attitude. Weather definitely plays a factor with the deer and stuff. We've had some wacky weather the last couple of weeks. I know here in Georgia, we went through a really deep cold snap, and then it was almost like spring again temperatures were high, humidity was high, we had some rain. Now we got another cold snap coming up here in Georgia. So really, with the weather being as wacky and as crazy as it is, I'm pretty sure that has effects on, the season and how, you're seeing deer and stuff like that. But man, I always just like to offer like an encouraging word, man, to folks. Continue to get out there. Always remember, I always say, you can't kill them from the couch. So no matter how bad your season's going, how bad you think your season's going, you still got to get out there. You still got to take your bow, take your gun, whatever your weapon of choice is. Get out there, continue to get after the deer, man. There's still a lot of deer season left to make something happen. Now, another thing that is kind of on my mind this week, I've noticed a lot of just on social media, I don't know if you can call them message boards anymore, groups, if you will. And I feel like it's a message that you but it's a message that gets reiterated every year, man. And it's almost like you got to have like a PSA or a reminder. Even when you're on social media, man, just be kind to people. Be kind to one another. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people bashing or, just making very rude comments to folks about, the size of the deer they kill, how they kill it. Oh, that deer's too small. Oh, I wouldn't have shot that. Oh, you shot it with a crossbow. That doesn't count. Or you shot it with a rifle. That doesn't count. Like, I understand. Listen, okay? I enjoy building this brand. I enjoy doing this podcast. And I understand being on social media, you got to have some sort of a thick skin because social media is filled with a lot of trolls, okay? And I get it, the society that we're in. I'm talking to the people that like to participate in social media, like to go on social media, see folks killing big deer, see folks, being successful out in the woods. But by the same token, you should just wish another man or another woman a congratulations on their harvest, on their kill, and keep it moving. Sometimes, man, there are a lot of trolls out there, and y'all get out there and you start yip-yapping, and it just gets real nasty. I've seen it happen to kids. Folks will post deer pics or whatever with kids, and then they'll say, real slick stuff in the comments and things of that nature, man. I just really think that sometimes we just need a reminder just to be kind. Be kind to each other. We're all in the same boat as hunters, whether we're men, women, black, white, Asian, Latino, whoever, okay? We are all in the same boat as hunters. We should be supporting each other, uplifting each other, all that good stuff, not, trolling and all this other BS, All right. So that's just my 2 cents worth. I know, people can say like, well, you ignore the trolls or you just ignore, the negative comments and stuff like that. But man, I urge people to just be better people. I don't think that's hard. Okay. So like I said, my 2 cents worth, what I think about it. You guys, as I like to tell people close to me, you're grown, you're going to do what you want to do, but I'm just saying to you, be kind. Last but not least today, I would urge my fellow hunters and huntresses, with the holiday season coming, with Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of the holidays coming up, if you've been fortunate enough to go out, shoot a deer, shoot multiple deer, think about donating meat or donating a deer to one of the many Hunters for the Hungry type programs. I know we have them here in Georgia. Different deer processors participate in it. You can go drop your deer off. They'll, butcher it, take care of it, make sure it goes to where it needs to. Or if you know people in your community that, may be struggling, maybe older folks that might be struggling a little bit, give them some deer meat, man. Everybody knows, as we as hunters, anytime, at least I know for me anyway, anytime I post a deer, you get 50, 11 people that'll be, hey, man, I want some deer meat. Hey, man, when I'm going to get some sausage. Hey, man, you got some ground. You got this. You got that. You get, some people have the unmitigated audacity to ask for your back straps. It's like, hey, man, can I get some back strap? And at some points, it can be annoying, especially when it comes from people who have no clue what it takes to go out and hunt deer, especially for the work that we put in. For a lot of us, this thing is year round. We're supplemental feeding. We're, clearing out property, keeping property together. We're doing all kind of stuff. It's a year round thing. It is something that, we keep going 24/7, 365, and then to have some jabroni just come and ask you for some deer meat, sometimes it can be a little bit aggravating. But my point is, not for those J-Brones, but just think about, like I said, with the holidays coming up, donating deer meat, donating, your venison, maybe making a dish and, packaging it up and taking it and giving it to, families in your neighborhood or your town or your community, stuff like that, man. We, as hunters, we have a lot to be thankful for. And I don't want to go down the road, I know Thanksgiving's coming up, and I don't want to turn this into a whole Thanksgiving thing. But we do, when you think about it, man, we get to go out and participate in the outdoors. We get to enjoy, the natural resources, and, just be able to be out in the outdoors hunting and stuff like that, man. Let's think about giving back. Let's think about, how we can help people that are in need, help people that are, need a pick-me-up or need to be uplifted. You know what I mean? I would say, if you don't want to do like an effort like a Hunters for the Homeless or Hunters for the Hungry, if you don't want to do something like that, man, I'm sure we all know a family in our community that could use, a pick-me-up, or use like gift them some deer meat, man, or gift them a dish from your deer meat. I mean, deer meat is the greatest, most lean protein that you can have. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm trying to say is take the time over these next few weeks during the holiday season. You got some extra deer, you kill a couple extra deer, take the time, get out there, help some folks that need help, donate your deer, whether, like I said, it's Hunters for the Hungry or anything like that, or, churches, whatnot. I know with the COVID and everything going on, we can't do a lot of the things that we would like to do as far as, what is it, like the, like soup kitchens and kind of stuff like that. But there's ways that we can give back as hunters. So I'm definitely going to put my money where my mouth is and follow up what I'm saying to you guys. I urge y'all to do the same. All right, I'm going to put a bow on this week's podcast. It's interesting, as I'm sitting here recording on Sunday night, I get a phone call while I'm recording and an alert while I'm recording for us South Carolina folks, Gamecock folks, that is. Coach Muschamp gone. By the time this comes out, I'm pretty sure all the diehard South Carolina folks will know it. But very surprised Coach Muschamp, Will Muschamp, fired as South Carolina head coach football. Surprised from the standpoint of I didn't think they would do it this season. I didn't think they would do it in the middle of the season, especially with everything going on with COVID and money and buyouts and all that other stuff. But as you guys know, any longtime listeners of the show know that I am a diehard South Carolina Gamecock. It's all in the open to the show and everything. So this is very interesting news. When I get through recording this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on the phone, text, and social media and stuff, talking about it, listening to what folks part of Gamecock Nation has to say. So very interesting to see this bit of news. Hopefully now we can get somebody in there and can get our program going the right way. So we'll see. Anyway, before I get ready to get on out of here, I just want to remind y'all, BryantLandCountry.com is the website, not the website, BryantLandCountry.com. Make sure you guys go and check out everything Bryant Land. We got merch. We got past podcasts. We got videos, man. So BryantLandCountry.com, that is our website. Make sure you go and check it out. Want to send a big shout out to the folks at Onyx Hunt. They sponsor the podcast. Onyx Hunt, know where you stand. You should not leave home without that application on your phone going into the woods, man. It is top notch. The application that you need when you're out there in those deer woods, whether you're duck hunting, any kind of hunting that you do, man, Onyx Hunt, make sure you don't leave home without that. Also want to say what's up and thank you to the folks over at Traeger Grills. The Bryant Land brand is a Traeger grill ambassador. I put my Traeger to work this week with some chicken. I posted some chicken. I did some salmon. So definitely we are all about the Traeger grills. So make sure you go check it out. Traeger Nation, get you some Traeger smoke going. Also want to say thank you to the folks over at Irish Setter Boots. If you've been listening to the show, you know that I fractured my foot. I was not able to wear my Irish Setter Boots as much as I wanted to the last few weeks. Foot's 100%. It's good to go. I'm back in my Irish Setter Boots. I got the new Vabtrex, my snake boots are the ones that I wear now mostly. And then I got the elk trackers that I'm going to start breaking in because the temperatures are going to start dropping here in Georgia. So big shout out, big thank you to the folks over at Irish Setter Boots. Make sure you guys come back next week for another amazing podcast. Thank you for your support. Thank you for taking the time to make the download and listen to what we have to say over here with the Bryant Land Show. We appreciate your support, and come back next week for another episode of the Bryant Land Show.